All right, everybody, we have Senator Ricketts. Senator Ricketts, I believe you have an opening statement.
Thank you all for joining our press call today. This is National Police Week. It's a time to thank law enforcement officers who keep us safe. Officers across Nebraska work hard to prevent crime and protect families. They face danger, act fast, and serve with courage. I'm fighting to give them the tools and resources they need. Nebraska's women and men in blue are a model for the rest of the nation. For example, the Omaha Police Department has achieved a 100% homicide clearance rate in each of the last 2 years. Meanwhile, the national rate sits below 60%. And Omaha continues to see murder rates decrease every year. In fact, the number of murders in Omaha has decreased in each of the last 4 years. Their unprecedented success is a testament to their commitment and excellence. Nebraskans back the blue. Communities in our state respect and rely on our local police. We support our officers with better tools, training, and strong laws. That's what we did when I was governor. When I was governor, we offered retention bonuses, generous education benefits, and retirement plans to our law enforcement officers. We invested $47.7 million to expand the Nebraska Law Enforcement Training Center in Grand Island. We also upgraded our State Patrol Crime Lab to the tune of $16.9 million. These investments equipped officers with world-class training and tools to keep people safe. I am particularly grateful for the work Nebraska law enforcement officers do to keep deadly drugs like fentanyl off our streets. When the drug situation at our nation's southern border went from crisis to catastrophe, the Nebraska State Patrol stepped up. In my last year as governor, state troopers confiscated 2 times as much methamphetamine, 3 times as much fentanyl, and 10 times as much cocaine as just 2 years prior. They did this work in spite of Biden administration's terrible open border policies. As Senator, I'm working with President Trump to secure the border and ease the burden on local law enforcement. We passed the HALT Fentanyl Act. The law will permanently classify fentanyl and its analogs as Schedule I substances. It will lead to harsher sentences for fentanyl traffickers. Less fentanyl means fewer overdose deaths, like the tragic loss of Taryn Lee Griffith. By cracking down on drug dealers and cartels, we're making our streets safer. I'm also fighting for policies that will deter anti-cop attacks. That's why I co-led the Back the Blue Act, and I'm co-leading the Thin Blue Line Act. This bill would increase penalties for criminals who target law enforcement officers. It would also provide new tools for officers to protect themselves. It would help deter violent criminals from targeting our law enforcement. Police groups support it. I'll keep working to send it to President Trump's desk. This year's Police Week resolution honors Nebraskan Ross Bartlett. Bartlett was a police officer at the Ceresco Police Department in Ceresco, Nebraska. He was killed last year when his patrol car was struck by another vehicle as he was conducting a traffic stop. Officer Bartlett's family is in D.C. this week. They rented an Airbnb in Maryland. When their Airbnb host, who as it turns out is a Capitol Police officer himself, found out why Bartlett's family was here this week, he comped them the rental. That demonstrates the brotherhood and sisterhood of law enforcement officers. We honor Officer Bartlett's service and remember him this week and every week. Please join me in expressing our gratitude for the important work, not just during Police Week, but every week. If you see an officer, say thank you. A kind word means a lot. Lastly, I want to take a moment to celebrate an action recently taken by President Trump. Over the weekend, the President signed the Congressional Review Act resolution into law that I led in the U.S. Senate. Mike Flood led this effort in the House. Following their election loss, the Biden-Harris CFPB rushed in an 11th-hour rule into place to attack non-bank digital consumer payment applications. Think of PayPal and other payment applications. These are widely popular applications among consumers. Many of these companies are already being regulated by federal and state governments. This rule was a one-size-fits-all solution in search of a problem. I'm happy that President Trump signed my resolution into law to reverse this regulation and stop, in my opinion, the CFPB's illegal expansion of its authority. President Trump is continuing to pass common sense measures by reversing this Biden-era rule.